Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beneath the Ether. I'm your host, Randall McFarland. You're seeing a lot of stuff in my background. I want to start off this episode before I get into the story of Bruce Juchnik. Nothing wrong with that guy. I have a lot of appreciation for him. He's a very, very good guy. I like him. So we're show off my wall here. I want to point out this here, these things here, something that was pointed out to me by Baron Shepard, is that when those, if you took a good look at those, you could tell they were actually stamped on there. With any stamp, if you've ever stamped anything, you'll notice that the ink doesn't fully cover the stamp. And so when it presses down, it's going to have some blank areas. One thing he pointed out to me was on some of the certificates that I showed from my DDON and my Sandan rank test or rank certificates, is that the chops, which are what those are called, those stamps are called, that they were perfect. I mean, full colored. There was no voids, there was no unevenness of ink. So that is something I just wanted to point out before I started this episode. Now I'm going to get into the story of Bruce Juchnik. If you don't know who he is the head of the Kosho Kempo Ryu Federation, association. He is the head of that, based out of Hawaii. I think he's actually in California, but I think he's in Hawaii. I remember I got a phone call from him. I think it was from Hawaii. So how that happened, how I got to speak with Bruce Juchnik about Kosho Kempo was I had been awarded my Sandan, and I wanted to know more about the style that my instructor had inherited. So he called me, wanted to know exactly the information I was looking for, and I was telling him the story, and I told him that my then instructor said he had inherited Sam Lonewolf's Kosho Kempo style, and his response to me at that point was, "Sam Lonewolf I've heard of, Gary Lee I have not." And I thought that quite interesting, because if you're going to be inheriting someone's style, shouldn't the head of the organization that is basically in charge of anything that has to do with it, wouldn't they know who you are? That would be my thinking. So I thought that was an interesting story about that. A lot of conversation came up this week between myself and Baron Shepard concerning rank certificates, and I want to touch on that one as well, because it seemed very interesting also to the two of us that um, people were being awarded 10th degree certificates in styles that they had never trained in. That's a little peculiar. If you don't know anything about it, just take a look at some of the really great martial arts that are out there. I'm going to use Michael Jai White as a good example. The man has several different black belts in several different systems, and they're all at different rank levels. I think he has a 5th degree in Kyokushinkai or Shotokan, or it's a 3rd degree in Shotokan. He's a Kyokushinkai guy. He's also got a rank in Kung Fu. They're all different levels though. They're not like he was awarded one and then was awarded another one at the same level from a different style. That's not how it works. Reason being is if you don't have any training in a style, you don't have rank in it. For instance, I will tell you, I was awarded a yellow belt in Aikido. I held a blue belt in Ryu under Daryl Craig. My friend, and I still call him my sensei, in Tucson, Ben Couch, I earned a green belt under him in his style. When I walked into their classes, even though I was a black belt, I took that black belt off and I started over. That's how it works. And when I first met Ben Couch, and I told him I held a black belt. He's like, well, you can wear it, but you probably want to start over. And I'm like, I do want to start over because I don't know anything about what you're teaching. So the belt is a show of knowledge. A black belt is a show of tenure as well. It shows how many years you've put into the art, that you've dedicated to it. And you can't say I'm a grandmaster in this style when you actually haven't studied anything about it. So that was the conversation I had between Sam Lonewolf and I, and not Sam Lonewolf, Baron Shepard. I'm sorry. Baron Shepard is one of 2 of Sam Lonewolf's actual black belts that learned directly from him. He speaks so much of Sam Lonewolf that just came out. As for Sam Lonewolf and his family, I have nothing but respect for every one of them, including Sam Lonewolf, although I didn't get to meet him. I will straight up tell you that the person that I did get to meet that came to my knee down test, that wasn't him. When I saw a picture of him later on, I was like, that's not the guy I met. Another thing that they did point out to me about Sam Lonewolf and his going places was that anywhere he went, he took 2 things. My hand is shaking. I do apologize. I've had a very long day. He would have his family with him for one, and the next thing that he would have brought with him, which definitely would have got my attention, is he had wolves. And I'm like, yeah, if that guy had wolves, I would have been like, can I pet them? I like wolves. I love wolves. That's why there's Gray Wolf Martial Arts. The House Wolf Productions, that actually comes from my name, which is Randall is Anglo-Saxon, means house wolf or wolf shield. So that's where that came from. But I've always had a love for wolves. So if I had a chance to actually see some wolves, I would have remembered that. I would have definitely remembered that. So I just wanted to point out the thing with Bruce Juchnik. I thought that was really interesting that I had that phone call with him. And if you're the inheritor of somebody's system and that person was prominent in that style and the head of the organization was aware of who they were, they'd know who you were. They should. I'm pretty sure if I had thrown Baron Shepard's name out there, he would have known who he was. So, this next episode coming up, it could be pretty inflammatory. We're going to talk about something that Baron and I had a conversation about concerning, once again, rank certificates. Not so much the chops or the signatures that are on it, but more of the, we'll say cross promotion and self promotion that shouldn't be going on, and it does. Just to point out something, when I was getting started, my original teacher did tell me I was a black belt, but then he went away and I had no one to train with, and I had read books that said if you were in martial arts 15 years and you weren't a third degree black belt, there was a problem. So I did some self-promotion there, and then I met Professor Lee, and he told me I couldn't self-promote. And now we have irony of ironies in this. So there you have it. We'll get into more of that next week, because that also concerns Sam Lonewolf, because like I said, not just self-promotion, but cross-promotion and authenticating rank certificates would be a good topic for that one. We'll just leave it at that. And so I'm going to bring receipts on that one. I'm telling you, I will have a few, see if I can do some picture-in-picture on this and throw some certificates up there that are available and let you judge for yourself on that. So that's it for tonight. I'll keep it a short episode, and I hope y'all are enjoying these. I hope it's being educational. Above anything else, what I want to do is be informative. I want to educate. That's it. I'm not necessarily calling out names, but I am calling out names. It needs to be said. After we wrap up the Sam Lonewolf part, I'm going to start talking about some things that I've seen. Some behaviors that are not very becoming of what you would think in the martial arts, and more you would associate with organized crime almost. So there you have it. I hope you enjoy this. I'm actually having fun doing these. Where we go from this, I'm not sure. We may have this one season, and I may just call it quits and go to something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. Let me know how y'all are liking this. Remember to hit that like button if you are enjoying the podcast. Hit that share button. Get the word out there. Help me grow this thing. Help me educate people. That's all I really want to do. I want to educate people into a world that they're not seeing and probably aren't aware of, and they need to see it. It needs to be made aware so they know what to look for. Above all things, that's what I want them to do. I want them to be able to look for it and be aware of it, and that way they can discover if the teacher that they are with is the right teacher or not. So have fun out there, y'all, and be safe. And like I say at the end of my Gray Wolf videos. Keep your head on a swivel.